It was a normal Monday afternoon in the town of Moore, Oklahoma. Then a super tornado over a mile wide tore through a vast expanse of homes, hospitals and schools, killing dozens and injuring countless more. And tonight, emergency crews continue their desperate search for those lost within the rubble as survivors cling to hope. ABC's David Muir has more. David?
Cynthia, good evening from Oklahoma, where search teams worked right up through nightfall. They have promised to go through every home and every one of these destroyed neighborhoods 3 times before giving up on anyone. They even were searching in that school, but no new discoveries. What we have learned overnight, though, is that tornado was much more powerful than anyone originally thought.
I mean, obviously, this is the most violent tornado I've ever seen by far.
The monstrous tornado that ripped a 17-mile hole through Oklahoma was even stronger than first thought. It was an EF5 twister, the top of the scale, winds topping 200 miles per hour, the most powerful and deadly tornado there is. The storm left at least 24 people dead, 9 of them children, here in Moore, Oklahoma, a bedroom community 10 miles south of Oklahoma City.
I saw the wall cloud come over the trees and saw the debris, and the wall cloud, we thought it was a wall cloud. It was the tornado. It was pretty big.
The town is almost completely wiped out.
It looked like a war zone. It just looked like bombs had been ignited everywhere. There's a car part in my bedroom, everything's gone, Just in a matter of 30 minutes, your whole life is torn upside down.
Today, rescuers continue to dig for survivors. Hey! Promising to search every building, every home 3 times. They're not giving up on anyone.
I still have yet to find my F-150 pickup, and I don't know where it's at. And it was full-size 2007 Crew Cab Super Crew F-150, and I don't know where it's at.
But no survivors nor bodies have been found since last night. Tragically, the youngest and most vulnerable were also the hardest hit. 2 elementary schools, Briarwood Elementary and Plaza Towers Elementary School, were both in the direct path of the tornado. Children were instructed to stay in the school because it was safer, and most were crouching in interior quarters, hallways of their school, when the buildings took a direct hit.
I was in my classroom building, and we were told to get in our tornado precaution systems, but then they moved us to the boys and girls bathroom.
I was on the ground, and my ears just went beep, and I couldn't hear anything except cracking and kids screaming.
This photo of the Cobb family walking away from the Briarwood Elementary School has become an iconic image of the storm. LaDonna and Steve Cobb, she with a badly bruised eye and a bloodied face, picking their daughters up from school. Jordan was in her father's arms.
Just when I tried to get up and I tried to move the bricks off of my leg, and it hurt so much, and and it was during, and the tornado had not left yet. I was just screaming, help, my leg, and no one could hear me.
Children like Jordan stunned by what they've survived.
All 5th graders right here!
Teachers comforted their students as best they could, as frantic parents rushed to find their children amidst the rubble. And there are still tears. New images of those first reunions. This mother, Trenda, reunited with her son, Camden, who'd been sobbing in the arms of his teacher, waiting for his mother. Briarwood Elementary and the Plaza Towers Elementary School suffered different fates in this storm, even though they're only a mile apart. First Briarwood, where they all got out. Cindy Lowe teaches 1st grade. She opened her classroom door and saw that tornado coming.
I knew there was no turning back then, that it was coming.
You saw it coming right at you?
Coming right for the school. Immediately just ran over and got on top of the kids. I said, this is not a drill. You're really going to have to get down, get your heads covered.
One of those children, her own son, her body on top of his and several others as they cried for their own moms.
They had desks covering them and chairs and tables.
And teacher.
And teacher. And teacher. Yeah.
Sherry Biddle, another teacher, urged her 1st graders to use their backpacks as shields. They were holding their backpacks?
They were covering their heads with their backpacks.
What were the kids saying? during all this?
I want my mom. Mrs. Biddle, is this really happening? And just screaming and crying.
You'd formed a human chain with those teachers,
yes.
Other teachers?
Yes, just to get them up and over the debris.
Their school destroyed too. So how did the children get out when so many of the students at Plaza Towers did not? Biddle believes the reason the students survived at Briarwood is because the school is constructed differently. Each grade organized into pods, a few classrooms in each building. And in the center of each of those buildings, an opening to the outdoors. And when everything collapsed, she said they crawled out through that open area in the middle, passing the children over the rubble. Unlike Plaza Towers, a more traditional school building with a long line of classrooms all under one roof. When it collapsed, the roof, the walls piling on top of one another, there was no opening in the middle, like those pods to crawl out from. The schools had practiced tornado drills, but neither one had safe rooms, which experts say could have potentially saved lives.
We're in the process of learning as much as we can about what has happened, and we are reviewing our emergency procedures today.
It's way over there. No matter how a building is constructed, by far the safest place to be in a tornado is underground. As Jason Leger discovered, he shot this video of the funnel cloud right before he headed to his storm cellar, his wife and 4 children already there waiting for him. Inside, he shows me the cellar completely underground, made of concrete. I can touch both walls. Barely enough room for the family. And when he walked back up those stairs, he emerged to this scene. Total destruction, their home gone. And listen to his calm reaction as his camera rolled.
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away.
Today, he showed us where his family survived this. So you're underground, and what's the sound?
It's just a kind of a roar, and I think that kind of got the kids a little frightened.
He and his wife knew the house was gone before they even opened that hatch. His wife warning the children their home was no longer.
Every landmark was gone, the trees were gone. It didn't look like my property or my neighborhood. So
completely wiped off the map.
Yeah, it was pretty much wiped off the map. We have a few pieces standing in our house. Some closets are standing, so might see if there's some clothes we can salvage, but other than that, it's definitely a total loss.
Jason Leger was one of the lucky ones. Although his home was destroyed, neither he nor his family was hurt. But hundreds of other people were not as lucky. Moore, Oklahoma is in the heart of what is dubbed Tornado Alley, a swath of states from South Dakota to Texas that are prone to these storms during peak tornado season in May and June.
Very large tornado, approximately quarter-mile wide, maybe half-mile wide.
In fact, this is the second time Moore, Oklahoma has been hit like this. On May 3rd, 1999, another EF5 tornado touched down in the very same place. 36 people were killed. The chances of another storm hitting again in such a small town with the exact same path, minuscule, but it happened.
Just simply a huge tornado.
It all began at 2:40 local time Monday afternoon when the first tornado warning went out.
This is horrible.
16 minutes later, the massive EF5 tornado emerging from the skies over Oklahoma.
Oh my God.
Local news reporters accustomed to seeing funnel clouds were stunned by the tornado's destructive power.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I don't know if people lived in that one.
Even hardened storm chasers were terrified.
Guys, we're in it right now.
Hey, now drop down! Stop!
In an instant, hundreds of homes and buildings obliterated. The enormity of the storm prompted a swift federal response. Last night, President Obama declaring the region a major disaster area, making federal funding immediately available. And today, he spoke at the White House.
The people of Moore should know that their country will remain on the ground, there for them, beside them, as long as it takes.
That federal response was already visible on the ground. The director of FEMA spending the day in Oklahoma.
It's unfortunate that we are once again seeing what tornadoes can do, but you're also seeing what the investment in public safety and the commitment to training and exercise does when the disaster does strike.
And the Oklahoma National Guard was called in to help with the search and rescue effort, using night vision goggles to continue the search long into the night.
Set the white hot right now. If you need to switch, just let me know.
But there is little to be done at this point but to grieve the lives lost and a community now starting to rebuild. And on the issue of safe rooms, we now know that there was not a safe room in either one of these schools. Authorities say FEMA has helped to fund the building of safe rooms in schools across Oklahoma. But they also pointed out that there is not enough funding to build one in every school. These 2 schools were not on the list.